organization, but coaches who get it and understand what the Legion is all about. It's not all about the wins and losses in the column. It's the kids that they're building the character. You talked about fundraising, and obviously it takes money to have a Legion program like we do. How can people reach out or talk to you guys that may want to help or may not even know that they can contribute? What kind of things or avenues do you have for them?
Well, we have quite a few different things that we do. Obviously, we just solicit, if you have a business, we would love for you to, help sponsor us. We have banner sponsors. We try and cover the entire outfield wall in banners to showcase that. It looks like a ballpark too.
Sure.
And if it's just an individual who might just want to help contribute, you can contact us. I mean, we're on Facebook and Twitter. We also, our email address, OttawaAmericanLegion@gmail.com. We have a website, OttawaAmericanLegionBaseball.com. Go on there. There are places to give donations, and plus just making contact with the board. We'd be happy to get in touch with you, set something up, and do what we can.
Well, and you're involved in this community, so if somebody just sees you out and about at a function and wants to give you money, you'll take that too.
Be more than happy to, and trust us when we say that every penny that we collect goes right back to the program and to those boys, because it costs a lot of money to put it all together every year, that's for sure.
And it starts at the top, and it's reflective of you and the other board members on the job you do, and it trickles down through coaches and players. So congrats to you, and keep up the good work on the board. And we'll see. We see you there all the time. We see you out about. So.
I love nothing more than to be outside and at the ballpark, and so it's a good way to give back, but to do something I enjoy. That's for sure.
That's the best part. Luke Queen, KOFO's play-by-play man for our game of the week, and Legion board member, and again, one you'll see at many community events out and about. Thanks for stopping by and joining us today. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you having me, Derek.
You bet. When we come back, we'll talk about a couple of big Ottawa Legion anniversaries happening this year with the voice of the Arrows, Gary Bateman, and more on the Coaches Show after this on KOFO.
You got to the game late, and the only place to park turned out to be a little too close to foul territory. But you're not worried. In fact, you watch the rest of the game before you even go check the damage. How can you be so confident? Your auto insurance is with local State Farm agent Keith King. There's a reason State Farm is the largest auto insurer in the U.S.
I'm State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King. Let's work together to be sure your vehicle has the coverage you need. Call and schedule an appointment today at 242-9435. Stop by my office at 111 South Main in Ottawa, or visit online at keithking.net.
Do you love pizza? Are you wanting to join a fun work environment? Or are you just needing a second job to add income to your life? Look no further than Pizza Time. We're now taking applications for kitchen assistants, wait staff, and drivers. Come work in a fast-paced environment that provides flexibility and an opportunity to work with our awesome customers. You can apply online and submit your application at bit.ly/Pizza Time Apply. Positions will fill fast, so apply today. Pizza Time is an equal opportunity employer.
This week, find great deals at Walgreens. Now, select varieties of Tide laundry detergent, $1.99 with coupon and card. And buy one, get one 50% off select first aid products, like Band-Aid brand adhesive bandages and Neosporin. Get great deals on the essentials you need, right here at your neighborhood Walgreens. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. While supplies last, restrictions and exclusions apply. See store for details.
Looking for amazing deals on brand name apparel and stylish home decor? Gordman's is the place to unleash your inner bargain finder. You'll get more big brands for your buck and more trends for less spend. Plus, score a $5 payback for every 100 points earned as a Style Circle Rewards member. The brand, style, and trends you're craving at sweeter than sweet savings. That's Gordman's. Take a peek every week. There's always something new. Bigger deals, smaller prices. Get them at Gordman's.
Napa know-how.
At Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care Centers, get a $25 prepaid Visa card when you get any Napa Automotive battery. It's the best deal for some of the best batteries from some of the best car people around. But we might be a little partial. Anywho, pick up any Napa Automotive battery and save $25. Do it yourself or have it done for you. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care Centers while supplies last. Offer ends 8/31/19.
Welcome back to the Ottawa Arrows American Legion Baseball Coaches Show on KOFO, live from Pizza Time, brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King and our good friends here at Pizza Time. We're joined now by the man who will bring you the Arrows baseball game later today from the Fike Tournament in Blue Springs, KOFO Sports Director Gary Bateman. And I guess, Gary, we've got breaking news about the ball game. We ought to share right out of the gate here. We just found out during the show that due to the rain earlier today, the game has been bumped back just a little bit. Not long, but it's going to be at 4:30 today instead of 4 o'clock.
Yeah, good, and that's a good decision. The Fike people do an interesting thing. They take the games that they couldn't get in earlier, they move them back and they reschedule all them instead of trying to run everything straight down the line and move everybody around.
Yeah.
They just move a few teams around, which I think is a good idea, actually.
It's a good tournament. We're talking a little bit more about Fike here in just a second. Before we get into that, though, you've been calling Ottawa Legion for decades, as we talked about last week, and there's a couple of big anniversaries this year that I think are worth mentioning today, and you've been involved with these, and I'll let you tell us what they are.
You know, anybody who's been out to the Orlis Cox Sports Complex, they'll see the signs of all the different championship teams, and you know we have a bunch.
Yes.
The first one though was 1994, and so we're celebrating 25 years on that particular team this year.
That's hard to believe, isn't it?
It really is.
Time flies when you're winning.
It makes me feel old, I gotta tell you.
Tell me a little bit about your memories of that 94 team.
Well, you know, my memory, which is becoming more and more faulty as time goes on, the 94 team won the tournament here in Ottawa. They had hosted, I think, in 92,
okay,
and I think they finished 3rd or 4th, if memory serves me correctly, and then they got it back again in 94. The 94 team had a lot of good players and a lot of good overall athletes, and I'm going to miss people, so I apologize to anybody that I missed, but it had the Pelton brothers, Brandon and Jeff.
Yeah.
It had Aaron Gum on the team. I'm trying to think who else. I think Scott Sneatham's brother Tony was on that team, as memory serves.
Right. Well, you're throwing out names I haven't heard in a long time.
One of the Barnhart brothers, and I'm thinking it was Ryan.
That sounds right.
But there were a lot of really good players. They were very deep. And well, I tell you what, they could hit the heck out of the ball.
Well, like you said, a lot of athletes. Those guys all played other sports too, and were just great athletes.
Yeah,
back
exactly.
then. And so, any memories? Anything stand out specific about the championship game or anything in the tournament?
Well, I remember it was against Silver Lake, and Silver Lake at the time was kind of like the kingpin of AA state baseball. They've won a ton of championships, and you know they have great teams year in and year out up there. But it was always good when you beat Silver Lake. And I remember, I think it was in the 7th inning of the final game. If it wasn't the final out, there was a ball that Aaron Gum, who was playing left field, came in and made a diving catch on. And I do remember that for some odd reason, but I think it's because it was, you know, big, the last inning of a big ball game like that.
Well, okay, so we fast forward a number of years later to 2009. That was a special summer.
Oh, absolutely.
Tell us about that.
That team was amazing. I mean, this is all you can say.
There was talent top to bottom.
Nobody really challenged them in the state of Kansas. I think they had one game that was a 2-run game, maybe.
And that was as tight as it got.
Yeah, that's about as tight as it got. I mean, they just kind of ran through the competition at the state tournament in Sabetha. They were 43-0 in the state of Kansas.
That's the remarkable, not just the state championship, but 43-0 is remarkable.
Right. I mean, you know, you play 43 of anything. I don't care if it's checkers or, you know, tiddlywinks. You're going to lose every once in a while. This team didn't really get challenged, to be honest.
Did you see, when you went into that season in 09, you knew they had this talent. Did you see that coming? I remember that much talent?
One thing really comes to mind on that, and that was the fact that they always took a look at the enrollment of the schools the year before to determine whether or not you're going to be AAA or AA. And we were like, the Ottawa district was like one student short of them moving into AAA.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, you know, an omen to some extent.
I see.
You know, this is going to be our year.
Yeah.
And we had a great ball club.
Some of the names you remember?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The Getter brothers, Corbin and Connor.
Yep.
Connor was just finishing his freshman year in high school.
Have you seen a kid in years who could see a ball to hit it better than Connor did? I mean, that kid could see a ball. I used to watch him in batting practice.
Yeah.
Even in just practice, and everything methodical, same swing every time. time.
Yeah.
But he could see that ball like I'd never seen anybody do it. He's an amazing hitter.
He really was, and such a great kid also. You know,
You bet.
The pitching staff had Jake Moore on it, had Curtis Clayton on it, Blake Firestone threw a bunch of innings. Blake was a heck of a ball player.
You're talking about some great athletes all across the board there, too.
I mean,
No doubt.
I'll miss people on this, too, of course.
Yeah.
But, Adam Maxwell, Chase Dingle, who was the catcher.
Yep.
Blake Hyatt was a very fine ball player and a versatile ball player. He could move around.
He's a utility player back then.
Absolutely.
And Dingle was just another backstop back there. He was phenomenal behind the plate.
He probably caught 90% of the ball games.
Yeah, and caught him well.
Yeah,
Caught him well.
very
But you're
much.
talking about names of just some great kids and great athletes. But what a summer! I mean, so at the end of that championship game and then championship run, your thoughts on the end of that season?
I remember actually tearing up in the booth.
Yeah.
And even now, it kind of feels like, whoa.
It gives you chills,
it's
it really does.
You're just not going to see anything like that.
Well,
and you think about the 25-0 2013 basketball team.
Yeah.
You don't expect to see anything like that.
It's
But
generational.
Anytime that you see something that historic, and I hope that the town continues to remember, that team and
Sure.
the 2013 basketball team. Those are special teams.
And it's not just seeing it, but being a part of it. And I can understand why you tear up. Doing games like that, like I've done, doing PA like I've done, you feel like you're a part of that team. You've talked about those kids, you've interviewed those kids, you've been there through the thick and thin. You kind of live it with them, especially young men like that. A lot of more of those emotions on their sleeve. So you're involved with it, and you get to the end of that, and it does put a lump in your throat
it really
sometimes
does.
when you've got a team that's 43-0 and just won a state championship.
And I was looking forward to somebody to come up and talk to me, so I wouldn't have to be talking and losing my emotions there like that. But it was really a special summer.
Well, let's switch gears here. We're going to the Fike tournament today. It's a wood bat tournament. We've talked about this a little bit, and in years past we've had wood bat things going on around here. But this is one where they supply the bats. You show up and you just pick one. It's kind of like going bowling. Here's a ball, find one that you use.
Right.
The pitchers have the advantage here, but this is a great tournament. Even though wood bat and all that comes into play, it's a great tournament. A lot of good teams.
The thing about Fike is they bring teams from everywhere. We play teams from Nebraska, Illinois.
You bet.
A number of fine teams from Missouri, and we've played the Fike team a couple times, and they have two actually I think that they sponsor up there, and they're always well coached, well disciplined. They know the ball game, and it's going to be a tough test for us.
No question. We've got teams from Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, all over the place. So it's a lot of great talent and a good time. And again, if you didn't hear just a minute ago, our game originally was scheduled for 4 o'clock today because of the rain that moved through this morning in the Blue Springs area. They backed it up to 4:30. So your pregame will start at about 4:20 or so, depending on the game prior.
On how it works.
So tune in basically just after 4. Catch Gary's pregame 4:20 somewhere in that time, and then we'll have arrows on today at 4:30 from the Fike tournament, and then a couple games tomorrow. We'll see how they adjust the schedule accordingly tomorrow and anything else.
Right, scheduled right now for 12:30 and 5:30, but to be determined.
You bet. So keep it to KOFO. We'll have the info on our Facebook page as well and our Twitter account. So Gary, good luck today calling these games and the Fike tournament. We know we got 4 games in at least 3 days coming up here, hopefully, and maybe more throughout the weekend. So thank you for dropping by.
Sure.
I know you got to get out of here shortly to head that way, so we'll listen to the call later
30
today.
minutes now.
We'll be back to wrap up today's show with KOFO Sports Director Gary Bippin saying goodbye here, and we'll talk to you more here on the Auto Arrows American Legion Baseball Coaches Show live from Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa.
Do you love pizza? Are you wanting to join a fun work environment? Or are you just needing a second job to add income to your life? Look no further than Pizza Time. We're now taking applications for kitchen assistants, wait staff, and drivers. Come work in a fast-paced environment that provides flexibility and an opportunity to work with our awesome customers. You can apply online and submit your application at bit.ly/pizzatimeapply. Positions will fill fast, so apply today. Pizza Time is an equal opportunity employer.
Let's face it, auto insurance can be confusing. Do you know your comprehensive from your collision, your no fault from liability, your premium from your deductible? After an accident is no time to find out that your definition of full coverage is actually different from what your policy says. Let local State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King explain auto insurance in terms you can understand.
I'm State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King. Let's work together to be sure your vehicle has the coverage you need. Call and schedule an appointment today at 242-9435. Stop by my office at 111 South Main in Ottawa or visit online at keithking.net.
Napa know-how.
At Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers, get a $25 prepaid Visa card when you get any Napa automotive battery. It's the best deal for some of the best batteries from some of the best car people around. But we might be a little partial. Anywho, pick up any Napa automotive battery and save $25. Do it yourself or have it done for you. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers while supplies last. Offer ends 8/31/19.
In general, I'm a win-win guy. When I have to spend hours searching for the right part, it's lose-lose. It's time lost for me and lost time for my crew. That's why I order from Grainger. With product experts that have the answers to my toughest questions, an easy-to-use website to help me find the right product quickly, I can rely on Grainger to make getting supplies for my business as simple and seamless as possible. When it comes to getting things done, it's a win-win when Grainger's got your back. Call clickgrainger.com or stop by to see for yourself. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Looking for amazing deals on brand name apparel and stylish home decor? Gordman's is the place to unleash your inner bargain finder. You'll get more big brands for your buck and more trends for less spend. Plus, score a $5 payback for every 100 points earned as a Style Circle Rewards member. The brand, style, and trends you're craving at sweeter than sweet savings. That's Gordman's. Take a peek every week. There's always something new. Bigger deals, smaller prices. Get them at Gordman's.
Pros do it right to have the quantities you need on hand for the job by buying in bulk. Lowe's is here to help by stocking what you need for any size job and at great savings, because you can save up to 40% every day when you buy contractor packs of molding. Load up on drywall and get up to 15% off just by making a bulk purchase. Place your order at lowesforpros.com and our pro loaders will be ready to load you up so you can get back to the job site faster. For your next job and every job after, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
Welcome back to the Ottawa Arrows American Legion Baseball Coaches Show at Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa. We want to thank you for joining us for another show today. And in case you didn't hear, the game time today has been moved to 4:30 in the Fike Woodbat Tournament. That's 4:30 today against Warrensburg, post 131. So Gary Bateman's pregame show will start approximately 4:20. It depends, of course, on the game prior, and we'll see how that goes. But about 4:20ish or so, Gary will start his pregame show, and the Legion team plays Warrensburg at 4:30 today. I want to thank our guests on the show today, Arrows head coach Kyle Altick, for stopping by, and appreciate his time before they head out today. Legion board member Luke Queen, always a pleasure to talk to Luke, and of course Arrows play-by-play announcer Gary Bateman stopping by today. So pregame today at 4:20. Now tomorrow we'll have to see how the schedule shakes down after today and what they do with things, because tomorrow first game is set for 12:30. Second game tomorrow is at 5:30. That's how it stands right now. If that changes, we'll let you know on air, and we'll also let you know on our social media pages as well. So we want to thank our coaches and our sponsors today, Pizza Time, and our title sponsor, of course, State Farm Insurance agent Keith King, producer engineer Dave Edwards, and all the staff here at Pizza Time. We'll be back next Wednesday for another Arrows Coaches Live from Pizza Time following our news at noon. Have a great afternoon. Thanks for joining us, and go Arrows!
Celebrating 70 years of information and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
Here's the latest from ABC News. I'm Uni Han. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell is indicating the Fed may be ready for an interest rate cut, citing trade tensions and overseas concerns.
The cross currents have reemerged, with apparent progress on trade turning to greater uncertainty, and with incoming data raising renewed concerns about the strength of the global economy.
Powell also said even with the unemployment rate near a 5-decade low, wages are not rising fast enough. On Wall Street, stocks are up slightly. Britain's embattled ambassador to the U.S. has stepped down.
The resignation of British ambassador to the U.S., Sir Kim Derrick, comes after President Trump declared in a tweet Monday that he would no longer deal with him. The president on Twitter Tuesday called Derrick wacky and a very stupid guy. Leaked diplomatic cables revealed that Derrick said President Trump radiates insecurity and that Derrick did not believe the Trump administration, quote, will ever look competent. Derrick announced Wednesday he will step down, saying in a statement, quote, the current situation is making it impossible for me to carry out my role